Hi, this is Aude, your INFJ lawyer. Welcome back to my channel where we share ideas, thought, communication tips to help introverts to build a life on their terms. In this video, I will share how to remove toxic people from your life for introverts and stay clear of them for good. Removing toxic people and toxicity in general can of course benefit anybody, but it does present particular challenges for introverts as we tend not to express what we want or even what we think. But here's the thing, it is extremely difficult to find out what you want, find your purpose in life, and having a relatively happy and carefree life if you're surrounded by toxic energies that will always pollute your thoughts, your environment, and your decision making. I do believe that once introverts master the subtle arts to remove toxicity, they have so much they can bring to others that it will not only change their life massively but benefit others. But before we dive in, please subscribe to that channel, hit the bell to receive notification. You can also receive my free ebook or work with me privately. You will find all the details down below in the comment section. So, how to remove toxic people from your life for introverts? Well, when you're not expressing yourself, you're actually not speaking your truth, which is in the end probably the greatest self-sabotage act you can do for yourself. Why would anybody not tell what they really feel, what they really want? Well, there's a few obvious reasons. First of all, they're afraid to do so, thinking that somehow it will be badly received, and this is fear of rejection, of course. Another reason, which is surprisingly common among the people I've been working with, is they don't really know what they want. What they think they want was probably something that was taught or projected onto them by their environment, their families, their peers. At some point there was an idea about them that they have tried to hold on to, but somehow it's not what they wanted deeply. Whatever the reasons for not expressing what you want, what you think, there's always a feeling of guilt and shame. Because when you think about it, there has to be some underlying shame not to be able to share about who you are or what you want. And this shame or guilt is generally acquired from childhood and has been reinforced through life experiences. And it boils down to the narrative that somehow we think we are too flawed to let others see the real us. And that's when it's become a big problem, because when you're carrying within you feeling of shame and guilt, so that you will hide yourself, you're bound to attract toxic people who will take you to places you don't really want to be emotionally and physically, because where you think you're too flawed, it actually links you to feelings of self-loathing, on an appreciation. On top of it, for introverts, we are not really equipped to voice our boundaries, and if you also have a codependent nature, then you will even have difficulties to find your limits with friends, families, and more general people you interact with on a regular basis. Often you even confuse your limits with others because you are more wired to feel others' emotions than your own. So what happens after a while? Well, we build resentment, because by not sharing about our feelings, we simply make others the source of our pain, which is utterly disempowering. So we resent them. And of course, more often than not, things have slipped away far too long. And it can be very difficult to suddenly explain that this is your limit, certain bridges are not to be crossed anywhere. And when you want to redefine respect and harmony for all, including and especially for you. Because people are just simply not used to this attitude. Can you imagine if you've been acting for the past 10 years, just going along with the flow, never expressing truly what you want to do, then suddenly you turn around and you say, okay, this is what I think, this is from now on what I want to do. You are going to meet a certain opposition. And also, chances are, when you will start to do it, you may be a little bit on the awkwardness. But like everything, this is a process. So the first step to remove toxicity from your life is self-expression and to confront the fear to speak up. And maybe you will be surprised how this act of courage, because this is an act of courage, will change your life in unexpected ways. But of course, you need to know what you want. Second step, very important one. You should surround yourself with people who genuinely want the best for you. For some reason, it's not what we always do. So if the people around you in your life are not supporting you in your endeavors and are putting you down, if they punish you for your qualities and even punish you too intensely for your faults and fail to reward you for doing what you should be doing, or at least acknowledging your efforts, and fail to engage and reciprocate, then there comes a point when maybe you would be better without them. And that can even be the case with family, although this is a very difficult decision to make. I'm not saying that you should be with people who always praise you, put you on a pedestal, because this is not healthy and they probably have an agenda. But there should be a fair balance. It's very important to be generally with benevolent people. A little bit about family members, because that can be, as I mentioned, a very difficult position to be in. Sometimes people have the misfortune, or I don't know, the fate of being entangled with family members who are operating in a manner that is so counterproductive to their health and well-being that it is better to cease communication. And sometimes ceasing communication might actually prove useful to break a pattern, a modus operandi, which has been long determined within the family dynamics, so that no matter what you say, what you do, you can never get rid of this label, this role that has been assigned to you forever. What happened is sometimes people get some distance from their family for work, or they go and live some other place, and they realize that this dynamic might not exactly be a thing that corresponds to them or support their development. And in that respect, going cold turkey can sometimes help, and it can also act as a trigger to shake the established order enough to wake your family to a new reality. Nothing has to be forever. It's about making a point. Whenever you're trying to make your point across with verbal violence or in a way that is going to be very confrontational, you will disempower yourself. So it's never a good idea. Taking distance, although not an easy solution, can be an alternative which prove to be much more productive. So surround yourself with people you would like to surround somebody who is very dear to you, and in as many areas as possible. And I know it's not always possible. I'm certainly not advising you to storm out of the office if you have a difficult boss. These things have to be organized and sort away. You have to prepare yourself. For example, in a case of the boss, of the difficult boss, look for another job. And in the case of a difficult spouse, at least think about some financial independence. And when you think about what you would like to see and the type of interaction you would like to have in your life, and thinking about your surroundings in general, then you can start to take the necessary steps to get from where you are to where you want to be, because it's never going to happen overnight. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it has been helpful. Please do not hesitate to leave comments. I'm always very happy to answer them. And until next time, I wish you well and be aware. Bye.